Imagine your bed calling your name. A soft, quiet place to rest your head and close your eyes. Your bed is your reward after a long, hard day at work. As you slip between the sheets, surprise! The room fills with noise as coworkers, friends, and neighbors climb into bed with you. The world of technology has become so mobile that it has entered our bedroom. While we should be winding down after a long, hard day at work, we are inviting the world into bed with us as we check emails, send out a text or two, look on social media, or play that one last game, which you know is not going to be one last game. Before you know it, you have been in bed for over an hour, and although your body is still tired, your brain is wide awake. Our phones, TVs, laptops, and tablets are coming to bed with us, and they are keeping us awake. In an article from WebMD.com titled Power Down, it states, computers, TVs, and other blue light sources should be turned off 1 hour before bedtime. After I read this, I was curious as to why we should turn off blue light sources 1 hour before we go to bed. I didn't think I could do this because of my job and other daily responsibilities besides being an online student. I am slipping into bed minutes after turning in an assignment. I decided to give it a try. It was a challenge at first because I didn't realize how much I depended on my phone, setting my alarm and other things. And I also wanted to learn about the effects that blue light does to our bodies and why it was suggested a 1 hour to turn off 1 hour before we go to bed. After 1 week, I noticed higher levels of concentration in my studies, and I also noticed I was able to stay on other daily tasks as well. Blue light source is everywhere. Its main source is the sun. Our natural inner body clocks respond to the daylight strong sun hours as a time to be awake. And as the sun sets, our body responds to the lesser light as a time to wind down for the day. Blue light is a strong light, and all electronics have it. By looking at our electronics before we go to bed, we trick our brain into staying awake when we should be winding down. According to an article written in 2015 from Scientific American, quote, recent studies have shown that shifts in this clock have devastating health effects because it controls not only our wakefulness, but also individual clocks that dictate function in the body's organs. While the body sleeps, the brain is removing toxins that have built up during the day. In another article written 4 years ago from Live Science, I learned the brain has limited energy at its disposal, and it appears that it must choose between two different functional states, awake and aware, or asleep and cleaning up. If our quality of sleep is down, then so is the quality of our wakeful hours. What exactly is affected? We learn from Help Guide our emotional balance, our brain and heart health, our immune system, and our productivity. Those are just a few things that affect our mental and physical health. Some people think that all they need is 7 to 9 hours. While 7 to 9 hours is the suggested amount of sleep for most adults, according to Help Guide, it is the quality of those 7 to 9 hours. If we retire to our beds looking at blue lighted screen, we jeopardize that quality of our much needed sleep cycle. Our body is tracking the daylight hours as a time to be awake and aware, and our nighttime hours as a time to remove those toxins and to rest. So we lose our quality of, by looking at the blue light, we confuse those hours of proper functions. If you need some winding down time once you've gone to bed, let me make a few suggestions that have worked for me. 1, read a real book. Go to the library, or I bet you could find one on a bookshelf in your house. I like reading the scriptures. That helps me wind down at night. Another thing I like to do is to keep a journal, either to write about the things that I want to accomplish in the following day, or write about the things that I've already accomplished from the day. Another thing I like to do is write down things that I am thankful for. That always puts a smile on my face as I go to bed, thinking of all the things that I'm thankful for. In conclusion, in order to get a good night's rest, we need to put our electronics away, out of sight and out of reach. By this, it will give our body and a brain a chance to function at its full capacity. And I think it's worth that. 1 hour of, before going to bed, retiring from all electronics for a full day of being on top of our game. So remember, when you go to bed tonight, no coworkers, neighbors, and friends are not invited.